Mobile game ads have gotten somewhat of a reputation on YouTube for being awful. And not just like a teeny bit awful, but you look at it and you're like,
what did I just watch?
And I'm sure you've seen ads from games such as Call of Dragons, Lily's Garden, or my personal favorite, State of Survival. That's a good one. And if you haven't heard of them, then you're lying and you're hereby banned.
We got banned from the pool forever that day.
Recently, however, I saw an ad for a game called Rise of Kingdoms. And first off, I was amazed. And second off, I was curious. So I looked it up, and apparently there are an absolute metric ton of ads for this game. Like, I saw this video and this was the 150th ad for this game. And I don't do math very well, but that's a lot of ads. It's scary how many ads that is. So, you know, if they're able to make this many ads, this has to be a top tier game. This game has to be like the best game ever, right?
Whoever touches their phone while we're eating will pay for dinner. Sure.
Okay.
Off to a great start. This is totally normal. It's just friends hanging out, having a good time, just, you know, vibing and, I don't know, doing what friends do with each other. But then amongst them, there is a traitor, bad guy. This one guy right here who kind of looks like Hugh Jackman from Prisoners. He is a literal supervillain.
This is all going according to plan. I just launched attacks against our 3 cities in Rise of Kingdoms.
So this guy, while his friends are trying to be good friends with each other and bond and like they put their phones down, he attacks their kingdoms. What a psychopath. Not only does he attack them, he attacks them all at once, which I'm no war strategist, but I feel like it's probably not the best strategy to split troops up amongst 3 different kingdoms, but that's just me. I've never won a war, so I don't know. Also, did he forget his first 2 lines or something? There's a cut right after his first sentence.
This is all going according to plan. I just launched attacks against our 3 cities in Rise of Kingdoms.
Was he not able to just like redo that first sentence? Also, did the director just like not care either? He just gave up? Like, did he just do the first line, mess up, and then the director just continued him from the second line?
And action.
This is all going according to plan. Ah, shoot, what is my second line?
No problem. It's I just launched attacks against these 3 cities in Rise of Kingdoms. You can pick it up from there.
Oh, cool, from the top. Okay, I'll get it this time.
No, I meant you can pick up from the second sentence.
Like the sentence immediately after the first?
That is correct.
Are you sure? I can just do the first line again.
Are you questioning my genius?
No, sir, I just figured that...
Stop right there. Figuring is for action.
Yes, sir. So this guy ends up describing his whole diabolical plan to overthrow these 3 kingdoms, and it's a little psycho that he knows all this information. This lady without a name used Japan, and apparently her defense sucks. And he's like, I'm gonna destroy her and everybody she loves. And then he also talks about how in the game he's gonna destroy her kingdom.
Her city will surely be the first one to crumble and fall.
This guy, Jack, uses Germany and brags about his Teutonic Knights, whatever that means. I don't know what a Teutonic Knight is, but I just like the idea that Jack starts every conversation by bragging about his Teutonic Knights. That's like his go-to pickup line. And the last lady, Sydney, is the Vikings, and apparently they're actually kind of good, but supposedly she rushed her attack when putting her phone down, and that was her demise. So sad how great kingdoms can fall to nothing in such a short amount of time. And then Hugh has to go and ruin it all by announcing that he attacked their villages, and you know, great.
I got a surprise for you. Check your phones.
Which in this universe, I imagine that amounts to literal murder. So they probably all really hate him now. But also, did nobody notice that he was on his phone this whole time, just being evil and stuff? But if you ask me, they should have never let their guard down. It's either kill or be killed. It's embarrassing, really. This next ad, which also takes place in the Rise of Kingdoms universe, or the Roku universe, I came up with that. This starts off in an elevator with a guy trying to flex his kingdom, and then he gets absolutely destroyed.
50,000? That's just pathetic, man. You should take the next one.
This guy literally wanted to kick him off the elevator because he sucked at Rise of Kingdoms. Wow, what a guy. But before this guy gets bullied off the elevator, there's this guy who comes to his rescue to flex his Rise of Kingdoms kingdom.
Hold the elevator! Ow! 20 million power? Teach me!
Everyone is just so impressed with this guy. They all just gather around him because I guess they have nothing better to do with their life than watch this guy play Rise of Kingdoms. Also, why is this person standing backwards in the elevator? What's her deal? Either she's the only normal person who doesn't care about Rise of Kingdoms, or she's a demon and she's gonna turn around and eat everybody.
Oh man, you chose the wrong civilization to begin with!
Oh man, you chose the wrong civilization.
That guy's passionate, I'll give him that. He then goes to explain how the Vikings are the best and this guy sucks, and they still kick him off the elevator. There's no mercy.
Good luck! No, let me. Come on.
Why is he acting like this is the only elevator in existence? It's like a scene from a zombie movie where he has to get in the elevator, otherwise he gets eaten, except it's in an office, and I assume the stairs work.
Oh, man.
As you can see, these ads aren't the greatest, and they have this very weird, like, surreal style. It's just something about the music they use and the captions and, like, the way it's shot. It just feels weird. And everyone in the Roku universe is just addicted to this game. And I'd even bet that their whole government system is built on Rise of Kingdoms. Their president is elected by whoever is the strongest. That's what I would do if I was in that universe. But somehow these ads are working because they keep making more, and I guess people are downloading the game. They keep making money, which means they can make more ads, which means more people download the game, which means they make more money, which means they can make more ads, and it's just an endless cycle. And if you think about it, every person that downloads the game is them getting one step closer to world domination. Speaking of world domination, imagine this. Zombies have taken over the world and you have to build a base to survive. Well, lucky for you, that's what State of Survival is all about. Zombies and surviving. It's a very original idea. This next ad starts with these two people getting married, and the groom accuses the bride's dad of being a scammer and has him arrested.
Police! Why? Your father lied to me. He said there were 700 draws for free in State of Survival. I played for 3 hours and didn't get a single legendary hero. I'm sending them to jail.
First off, in my humble opinion, I feel like that might be kind of an overreaction. Maybe just a little bit. But also, this guy's clearly a man of principle if he wants to arrest his bride's dad over this.
Police!
I don't know how I didn't notice this before, but the guy from this ad is the same guy from the Rise of Kingdoms ad. But I like to think that this guy is like the go-to guy for mobile game ads. Like when a director needs someone casted, this is like the prime guy they go for. But anyways, I just wanted to point that out. But if you thought things were crazy already, just wait until you see what happens next, because it literally changes the fate of humanity.
What? No way!
Boom! God, that's insane. The dad just got up and slapped this guy, which I don't know why the police didn't stop and hold him back from committing this act of aggression, because that seems like that is what a police officer should do. But after he slapped him, this just completely changed the tone of this guy. He went from yelling and like all angry to kind of like timid. A little bit timid, you know, a little bit scared, a little bit shy, like a first grader on his first day of school, you know? After he got slapped, the dad let him know that he didn't download the right game and pretty much that he's a big dummy, which yeah, he kind of is if he didn't notice that the game was not called State of Survival. I mean, it literally shows you the name of the app under the app. I don't know where the disconnect was, but he was disconnected. The dad explains how much of a doofus this guy is, and then he walks away with his daughter, and the wedding is a sad world, really. But imagine ruining your whole relationship over 3 hours of State of Survival. How do you even walk away from that the same person? There's definitely going to have to be some counseling after that. Which brings me to this video sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is, just kidding, they didn't sponsor this. Nobody sponsors this. But you should totally subscribe so that I can pass Ryan Trahan and subscribers, and then maybe we'll go ghost hunting together. Which leads me to my next ad, Call of Dragons. This ad starts off with this guy proposing to his girlfriend who he met on Call of Dragons, which means they lie when people ask them how they met, because that is really embarrassing. But turns out this guy's blind and never actually looks up to see that he's not talking to his girlfriend, he's talking to her dad.
Would you like to? No.
Which maybe this is just me, but I feel like one of the first things I would do if I was proposing is make sure I'm proposing to the right person. Call me old-fashioned. So the dad says no and absolutely tears this guy apart for how sucky he is at Call of Dragons.
Dad, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, Mr. Brown.
2 million is not very powerful in Call of Dragons. I have 8 million power.
Which seems to be a theme of these ads. Don't be bad at mobile games or everyone will hate you. Turns out that the dad is a legendary Call of Dragons player, and he explains how he is so legendary and this guy fanboys over him, and overall it's just a good time. We're having a good time. Then this guy proposes to the dad and asks him if he can join his alliance.
Legend Brown, would you let me join your alliance?
What?
Which somehow that crossed a line because the dad and the daughter just look at each other all confused. How out of everything that happened, that was the thing that crossed the line, I'm not sure. But now I know to not ask people to join their alliances because that is unacceptable.
Would you like to? No.
The craziest part for me though is how these games have to have been making so much money, an insane amount, money-making machines. For us to see these ads this often has to mean they make a lot of money, which I actually looked up, and Rise of Kingdoms has made over a total of $1 billion That's a lot of money, which that leads me to believe that there are people from these commercials that actually exist and their life revolves around these games, and they spend a ton of money on it. Or it's just 5-year-olds. It almost reminds me of the unbelievable life hack channel 5 Minute Crafts, which I made a video about and you can check out right here. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.